Lotus Eletre SUV 2023. The Eletre SUV rides on Lotus' new electric premium architecture platform, which will underpin a bunch of other lifestyle cars. It uses a 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack with an electric motor at each axle, and there will be 3 different versions, with the least powerful still having 600 horsepower. Lotus says the car has a maximum range of 373 miles on the European Welt PAT cycle, 248 miles of range in 20 minutes on a 350 kW fast charger, and 0 to 62 mph time of under 3 seconds. Air suspension with adaptive dampers are standard, and the Eletre is available with performance features including active anti-roll bars, active ride height, carbon ceramic brakes with 10-piston front calipers, torque vectoring, and cool rear wheel steering. There are also optional 23-inch wheels, and every Eletre has 4 drive modes, including an off-road mode. The menacing front end has L-shaped LED running lights at the front of the hood above, with the main beams shrouded in the Eletre's grinning grille, and the de-rigueur thin taillight strip pulses green when the car is charging. It looks like some sort of angry dinosaur in the best way, and while it doesn't seem very Lotus Y at first glance, the vents in the Eletre's hood, lower grille, front fenders, the pillar and outer edges of the taillights are all actual pass-through air channels for better aerodynamics. It's coolest at the back, where you can look through the car to see the rear wheels. Lotus calls this porosity, referring to the way air flows through the car to increase efficiency and range. The Eletre has by far the most luxurious interior we've ever seen in a Lotus, and it's offered with either a traditional 3 across rear bench or 2 individual seats. The dash is dominated by an LED strip that runs across the dash and changes color to notify occupants of phone calls, temperature changes, or other things. Instead of a gauge cluster, there's a slim display that's barely an inch tall for important info, which is paired with a standard augmented reality head-up display. The Eletre's central touchscreen is a 5.1-inch OLED display running a new infotainment system that folds flat into the dash when not in use, and passengers get a display like the gauge cluster to control navigation, music, or other functions. If you spec the 4-seat configuration, the rear gets a fixed center console with its own 9-inch touchscreen. Despite the interior being so tech-focused, the Eletre has some fantastic tactile design elements. Microfibers and wool blends from Kvadrat are used throughout, along with aluminum and recycled carbon fiber. Much of the trim pieces and analog controls are finished in gold, and the triangular pattern of the active grille is found on the center consoles and door panels. No figures were given, but it seems like the Eletre will have lots of room for rear seat passengers and a generous cargo area. The aggressive body sculpturing through the midsection and paint breakup of the fascia and body make a bold statement, and the taillight blade ending on each side, tied into more vents, does look show car-like. We hope it remains for the production version, and those rear vents burrow right down through the body to the wheelhouse as pass-through air channels. This increases aerodynamics. More air channels can be seen in the hood, front fenders, lower grille, and D-pillar. There is also an active spoiler under the rear window, and an active grille. Little panels open and close, allowing air to cool the battery, motors, and brakes. Lotus Eletre SUV price $1 lakh. Thanks for watching.